Hey everybody, today we are talking about Finn Family Moomintroll by Tove Jansson. I've been really wanting to read this book for a while now. I've had it for over a year. I got it for Christmas in 2024 and I've been too afraid to touch it because it's a Folio Society edition. It comes in this beautiful slipcase and it's just all of her original drawings and it's just so pretty that I was just scared to ruin it. But I finally read it, took very good care of it. It's just so beautiful. Love it. So I first discovered Moomin Valley in the form of TV. The TV show that they came out with more recently, that is Moomin Valley, I just fell in love with the design. I fell in love with the voice actors that they had for it, the story. It was just such a simple and delightful story, and I still haven't seen every single episode. I do plan to watch it all soon because what I have seen, it was just so enjoyable to watch, just so refreshing and just nice. Just the whole world that's been created here is just so, it's just lovely because it's just out in like the woods and all the characters are just very unique and just fun. They have all their fun little quirks. Little Mai is adorable. She's got attitude and that's what makes her so great. She's just not afraid to speak her mind. Moomintroll, our main character, he's just a really good guy, or a really good Moomin. And his mom and dad and just the whole family, they're just so welcoming to everyone. They like let everyone stay at their house. It's great. And a lot of what I'm saying is not just from what I've seen in the TV show, but also from the actual book. This one, from my research, is actually like number 3 of the collection of the different books, and so I need to track down more of the stories. This one starts out after they've just woken up from their winter sleep and are ready to go have some adventures together. And Snufkin discovers the hobgoblin's hat on a hill, and so they take it, and all the chapters kind of involve this hat. It's a really big story point for us in this collection, and essentially if you put something in the hat, it distorts it and changes it. So we have a lot of different things that are used in this hat knowingly as well as unknowingly. And that causes a lot of silliness to happen throughout the story. There's also a part where Moomin Mama wants to go on like a little vacation, go somewhere else to eat. So they pack up all their breakfast and they go to this island and they discover all these different things that are at the island, and they have a nice like just relaxing day on the beach, and we get introduced to some more characters throughout. And there's also this like other story going on where the hobgoblin, he's on a mission to find the king's ruby, the biggest, most expensive, glorious ruby ever. And so he's supposedly searching for it on the moon right now, and so he's gone, and so that's why they took the hat in the first place anyway. And we discover more about this king's ruby later on, and the hobgoblin's role later on, and how his hat continues to follow us through all these different stories. And yeah, it's just really fun. We have the Snork Maiden and her brother, the Snork, and they're a big part of like all of the stories. We have the Hemulin, who's also staying with them, who is like a stamp collector at the beginning of this. And we also have Sniff, of course, and all the characters are just so like, they're different and they have their own quirks, but they're all likable, and I just love that. Like, there isn't anyone that you necessarily don't like. Even the hobgoblin, who is supposed to be this creature that can travel long distances, who's kind of scary, who has like this big panther like animal that, oh, it's on the other side and that travels with him, that gets him to be able to go long distances, and he can like change himself into things, but he only has so much magic, and so and his eyes are like super red, and so it's made to be like where he's kind of, you would think he's like the villain or the scary guy of the story, but there isn't really a bad guy or villain in these stories. There's misunderstood characters. The Grok is a really good example of that. I really like how the characters just show like you can be friends with anybody if you just try. If you just try to understand them, if you try to see things from their view and don't immediately just be afraid of them, like there might be things about them you don't understand that might make them seem scary when they're actually not, or they actually are scared themselves, or who knows, you just have to talk to them to find out. So I really like that there's that lesson there. I know this is supposed to be like children based stories, but the way that it's written and everything, I think that it's just perfect for any age. Like I didn't feel like it was being dumbed down at all when I was reading it just for my own enjoyment. I didn't feel like it was, you know, written for just children, but it works well, of course, for children to have these kinds of lessons, to become friends with people and give people chances and like enjoy nature. That's a big part of it. Like just being out in nature and going outside every day and not being tied down inside whatever you're doing in there, but to actually go experience the world a little bit outside of your own home. I really like that aspect too. And so all the illustrations on the inside are just nice because you get to see like swampy areas, beach areas, wood areas, just all these different nature scenes that we get. And Snufkin, I really love Snufkin as a character because he likes to be alone and everyone like respects him for that. Moomintroll cares deeply about him, but respects him enough to say, okay, I know you want to be on your own, so I will let you go. And you know, Snufkin always loves returning to Moomin Valley to visit and to spend time. And in this book we get like the whole summer he's there spending time with Moomintroll and like all of the Moomins. And I really like how he is like someone that Moomintroll looks up to, and that's a lot in the TV show. I think the relationship between those two is explored deeper in the show from what I've seen so far than just from this, because they're almost always all together as a group in this one, which is another reason I want to read more of these, to just see if they do ever have like pairings off and just adventures, because there was one chapter in here where Snufkin and Moomintroll were kind of just together for a good chunk of the story before they met up with the rest of the group again. And so I kind of liked that there was that one time where we got to have more experiences or more story with just the two of them and how their relationship is together. And yeah, I'm really excited to track down more of these collections, especially if this is listed as a number 3. I'd love to find 1 and 2 and read those. And then I do plan to be watching the rest of the show like fully so that I can do more of a comparison video on those, as well as a video game, because I am playing the Melody of Moomin Valley, I think is what the game's called, and you play as Snufkin and you go around. And yeah, I'm in the middle of playing that right now, and I'm just on a Moomin kick right now. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching and hearing my thoughts about this lovely story. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.